What does my condition differ compared to someone else? Does my condition, is it the same as, say, someone else having the condition, or would my condition be a lot different? Would I have to have my, process, would it be a lot different to someone else having this condition? Should I leave it like that?
You're actually, that's a good question. It's like, how does it differ? Is it all one condition? You're right, your condition is nephrotic syndrome.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It means that you're leaking protein in the urine.
Yeah.
And when you leak to a certain level, what it means is that you haven't got enough protein in the system. Now, the protein in the system sits within the blood vessels and holds water within the blood vessels in the circulation. When you haven't got enough protein, because it's so low, the water starts seeping out. We call it third spacing. So any area where the fluid can sit, can go into the legs, it can go into the tummy, and that's why, have you ever seen that before? The tummy gets a bit deep.
I've had my tummy recently has been very bloated, so I definitely feel it there, and also my hips sometimes.
The hips
and my back is quite stiff.
Yeah, and then
tight.
if you just press in, then
I'll feel like a dent there.
A dent, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then another place, like some people, when they're just noticing it for the first time, it's like they go to bed, they wake up in the morning, and they've got all this swelling around their eyes.
Yeah, underneath your eyes, it gets very, very swollen. You can see when you go look in the mirror. You might have had a good sleep, but you'll still look like you're very tired.
Yes, that is right, and that is how nephrotic syndrome presents. And then because the protein's so low, the other thing is that it can make you more prone to infections, can make you feel pretty tired as well. And then also, if one were to do further blood tests, then one might find that one's holding a lot of cholesterol in the system, just because the protein that should bind to it can't do its job in the usual way. And then also, the other thing that happens is that people become more prone to forming clots. I don't know if you ever had to go on to warfarin or any of those blood thinning agents.
No,
the protein got really
I've
low.
never had anything like that, thankfully, but let's hope that it doesn't happen.
And then, so the question you are asking, it's almost like a textbook. So nephrotic syndrome is just, we call it a syndrome, it's the way it's presented. But then you've got so many things that can cause it. Sometimes it can be an infection. Sometimes it can be something with the immune system. Sometimes it can be something in the genes that people are born with. And sometimes we haven't got the foggiest as to what has caused it. We've got absolutely no idea.
Yeah, that's how mine started. It just randomly, I became very puffy one day. I went in and I had this condition. We didn't know how it happened, why it happened, it just happened.
So, and you were left to, and your parents probably as well were left to pick up the pieces.
Definitely.
And then, so because of the fact that it can be caused by so many different things, the way it presents and the way it develops can be so different. And that's why some people, their treatment differs as well. So it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about a friend who ended up having a transplant.
Yeah.
You probably know some people who actually, they had treatment for theirs and then nothing after that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the good news. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so there's lots of research being done in this area, and at the moment in a place called Bristol, they've been collecting all the information on people that want to volunteer samples to just try and see if there's any patterns in the blood or the urine that shows or can even predict who's going to have the condition that relapses, who's going to have the condition that responds to certain agents, and who are the unfortunate people who maybe theirs doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Well, it's all work in progress, and hopefully we can update all those people that have the condition as soon as we hear about the information.
Yeah.
And also, what we also try to do is anytime there's anything new coming out, make sure that people that have the condition are aware of it as well.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have a lot more to talk about next time.
Yeah.
Bye.